I'm revealing the budget planner that I will be using in 2020.
Hey y'all, so before I get this video started, let me give a quick shout out. These were the first 3 comments in my last video. If you want to be featured in my next video, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell and come show me some love when I drop a new video.
What's up, you guys? It's KeAmber Vaughn, aka CoachKe, coming back to you with another video. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and also tap the bell so that you are notified of every new video that I post. So as you guys can tell by the title of this video, I am revealing the planner that I will be using for 2020. So as most of you guys know, well, maybe not most, because I've been getting a lot of new people here. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the family. What's up? How you doing? How you doing? So, as some of you guys know, I do make my own planner that you guys see me feature on a weekly basis, actually most of the time, multiple times per week. And I created this a little over a year ago, if I'm not mistaken. And guess what, you guys? I have a new face of the planner, a new cover. I'm so excited. So let me just give you guys a quick backstory and then we're going to dive right into this. So the first time that I created this planner, I was actually a founder of a company. And so because of that, and because the company was the person or entity to initially invest into the production, I had to have that company logo in different places of the planner. Since then, as of a couple of months ago, I have withdrawn that founder position from the company and I asked for my intellectual property to be returned back to me. I created this planner from scratch, and I basically, each and every page of my planner is created in its own Photoshop document, okay? I put over 60 hours into creating this planner, and it's something that I needed to create because there's no planner out there for me to be able to use efficiently with the budgeting method that I use. Why? Because I made my budgeting method up myself, from my own head. So the only way for me to have a planner that coincides with my budget method or my income allocation method is to create it myself. So this planner features over 170 pages. Okay. I've had people ask me about the pricing, and the reason why it's priced like this is because if you look at other popular planners on the market, mine does not compare because I have way more pages in there. So we're going to dive into this. I will tell you guys that the planner is almost the exact same except for the cover, but I know that there are so many of you guys who are new. So we're going to dive into each and every section. We're going to get through this. If you want to order, go ahead and click the link in the description box, or I usually link it up in the eye in the sky about a minute into all of my budget videos. Now, in the next couple weeks, if you go to my website and for some reason you're having trouble ordering, please, please, please send in a ticket to my help desk. I am going to be transitioning my new site over to a totally different platform. I don't know how seamless this transition is going to be. I'm hoping that it's seamless, okay? Because we ain't got time. But just know that that is a possibility that, the site might be a little wonky for just a couple of days after I transfer it over. So if you see my website when you order and it's purple, like a purple type of background and theme, just know that's the new website. If you run into trouble, I promise you, I wholeheartedly apologize. I just know the technology is not 100%, so just bear with me. But yeah, so let's go ahead and dive into this planner, y'all. Let's get to it. Okay, so as y'all can see, this is the difference between the two covers. So this is the new cover here, and you guys, I'm so excited about this because listen, your girl created this herself, okay? And so what I really wanted was kind of somewhat of an affirmation but also a reminder to you guys. It's so many times that people come to me for advice when it comes to budgeting, finance, and stuff like that. At the end of the day, you have to understand that there's a lot of information out there, and knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. You are the key to your financial freedom, period. I don't care whose method you use. I don't care whose budget planner you use. I don't care if you just use pen and paper. At the end of the day, you are the key to everything. It's your habits, it's your changes that will get you on the road to financial freedom and debt freedom, period. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one off to the side because the only other difference, honestly, is on the inside here. Again, I had to have like some information from the company, and I got to take that out and just put KeAmber in there, okay? Because it's my intellectual property anyway, okay? So the one good thing is, if you guys are into Erin Condren, you can use her inserts inside of my planner, and they fit in perfect, like literally perfect. So I have this one, that's the one for travel, and I got another one. I got this one. I don't even use them, but I got them and they work and they fit. So that's that. So let's go ahead and dive into the actual information. And I cannot wait to use this one because I just love that cover. It's just so pretty. And the thing is, if you don't like that cover, but you use my method and you want to have my planner because it makes using my method more efficient, fine. Just purchase it and get an Erin Condren cover that you like and keep it moving. Duh. Options, baby, options. Okay, so typically you guys know I like to zoom in as far as I can when I'm doing the budgets, but can't do that with this particular video because I need you guys to see the entire page without me having to get up there and move things around. We're all the way. Okay, so the first part just says weekly/monthly budget planner. This planner belongs to. You put your name in there. There's all of my information there, and that's that. The first page after that is going to be a savings tracker. And to be honest with y'all, I don't think I have mine filled out in this new one, but I'm almost certain it's filled out in this old one. The old one actually came with the tabs and stuff already filled out, but I didn't like that because once you got past a certain point, it made no sense to purchase it because you couldn't start where you wanted to. And look, I ain't even fill it in there. Don't judge me. No judgment zone. So all you're basically going to do for, you guys know how I do things for your mini emergency fund. I say $3,000, not $1,000. True emergency fund is going to be 6 months worth of your expenses. Add that up and put that here. And then all you're going to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to divide whatever your true emergency fund total is by 10. And that's the numbers that you're going to write on the line. And basically, as you are saving up towards your mini emergency fund, you're just going to color it in. Color it in. You have an investment fund of $3,500 because typically in order to start an investment account like outside of your 401k and stuff like that, you typically need about $2,500 to $3,500. So I just have $3,500. You want to choose $2,500, $3,000. That's up to you. Put that there. And again, you just color it in. And then there's a fourth jar for whatever savings you want. Now, you guys know I have like 7 savings and sinking funds. So all of mine would never fit on this one page, but especially for people who are just starting out, I think saving for big things like this is really important. When it comes to certain things like, you know, people will have like 10 sinking funds and in the end, they're really not doing themselves not a really good service, but they're kind of doing themselves a disservice by doing that when they haven't been saving towards the funds that are really the most important. You can skip out on Christmas this year. If anybody hates you, so what? Is your money. You don't have to spend money on people. I'm just saying. But you know what? To each his own. Next is a debt tracker. Literally lists all of your debts on this page from the day that you start using this. Now, the good thing is because the tabs are blank, what I ended up doing, and I forgot which, I think I purchased this from somebody on Etsy. If I can remember, I'll link it down in the description box. But I basically purchased some clear months, and then I ended up just cutting them with like an X-Acto knife and stickering them there. Really easy. But whatever month you decide to start using this, you want to put your numbers in per the first day that you start using this. Name of the day, name of the debt, the day of the month that the debt is due, the current balance, starting balance from when you start using this planner, not like whenever you started to have that debt, the interest percentage, and then the monthly payment. You're going to total your balance out and total your monthly payment out. This is a really important page because a lot of people, because of the way that they budget, they list all of their fixed expenses, which includes debts, and they don't realize how much their debts really take up of their budget. For me, when I started on this debt freedom journey, eliminating over $26,000 in debt in 18 months while saving $17,000, my total monthly payment for my debts was over $800. When I tell you guys, half the time I don't know what to do with my money anymore. That's why I just save it because I'm not going to spend it. But it's just like having that extra $800 in my bank account is a lot. Like a lot. So that's how you use that page. The next page is the debt-free color chart. Now, don't quote me on this, but I'm almost certain there's 52 lines. Please count them yourself. I ain't got time for that. But I think there's 52 lines. And basically, you're going to take whatever your total debt is, total. Now, here's the thing. You don't really necessarily have to do it from when you start this planner. You could literally do it from when you started your debt freedom journey. Just divide it by 52, put that on the lines. And then as your balance comes down by that total amount, because remember, some of your payments are going towards interest, but as your total balances are coming down by that amount, you're just literally going to color it in until you become debt free at the top. Next, we have recurring expenses. I think I did change this page just a little bit because what I used to have was yearly, then I had a quarterly, and then I had a monthly. And I realized not a lot of people, including myself, have quarterly expenses. So this spot here is for yearly and quarterly. You just put the expense on there. So like, let's say you do your car insurance yearly or something like that. You can put car insurance, whatever the actual company name is, the amount, the day of the month that it's due each month. And then as you're paying it off each month, you're just going to color in the boxes. Very simple. Then you have monthly recurring expenses down there. You do the same thing as up top. So now we get into how the planner looks for each and every month. Okay, so each and every month is going to have the set of pages that I'm going to show you right now. Then we're going to skip to the back, show you how the back of it looks, and then we'll be done. Okay, so the first thing we have is goals for the month. I'm going to be honest with you guys. The whole 12 months I've had this new planner, I didn't use these 2 pages. And it's not because I don't have goals at all, because this page is really for goals in general. It does not have to be financial goals, okay? The only reason I didn't put it in this planner is because I actually have a different like planner or whatever journal for that kind of thing, like for business and stuff like that. So I just use that in my other one, but you have that opportunity to use this. So let's say one of your goals is to declutter your closet. You can put that, and then different action steps that you might take. Maybe every 2 days you take out a couple of items, something like that. The next page is the monthly check-in. Now this does have to do with finances. So the first part is how did you do last month? So you're going to list whatever month it was last month, not the current month. You're going to write out things that you did well, and you're going to write out things you could improve on. And this is a time for you to be real with yourself, okay? I've had to be really real with myself at different times, especially on my debt freedom journey. And guess what? Because I continue to have to write these things out, I continue to improve on certain things. See how that happens? See how that works? Next is financial goals for the month. You list out the current month and then 4 financial goals that you have. Maybe you only have 2 this month. Maybe you have 5 next month. You're not always going to have 4 goals each and every month, but I definitely encourage you to try to come up with 4 financial goals each month and hold yourself accountable to them. When I didn't meet that goal, I put a big old X through it. And guess what? If it was a goal that was that important to me, I put it as a goal for the next month. And I eventually got tired of Xing out the same goal every time. So eventually I got my stuff together and I was able to put a check through that goal, right? And then at the bottom is a note section. You can put whatever you want down there. So here's the tab, and this is where you will go ahead and put whatever the month is. This is like a laminated type of thing, so you do want to use a sticker, because I'm pretty sure even if you try to use like a permanent marker, it'll just come right off because it's really slippery. So next you have your monthly calendar, and I'll probably, no, I'm not. So yeah, so next you have the monthly calendar, and of course you guys can see that it's blank, so you guys can go ahead and write in manually each of the days, or you can do like I did and purchase a book of stickers to do it. So this comes from, pretty sure it's this one, the memory keeping dates and holidays. So inside of here you'll have sticker sheets that you can use for each of the dates in every single month. Some of them will have like a festive, like a theme for that particular month. Some of them don't. It's really all up to you, but that's how I do that. And then on the right hand side, you could do whatever you guys seen in the page that I just showed. I use the account balances sticker from the budget sticker book from Create 365, if I'm not mistaken. Should be. And I just use that up here. And then down here you have quote of the month. I typically use those quote stickers, but you can write it in if you want. This font is very, very light, so you typically won't be able to see behind it most of the time. On the right hand side is no spend circles. You guys don't ever see me use this because honestly, I probably go 3 days a week without spending money on literally anything. And I rarely spend money frivolously. So I don't really need these little things, but I didn't do this for me. I did it for y'all. Okay. So yeah, if you have a no spend day that day, basically each and every line has 7 days because since it is blank, we don't, I don't know when that particular month starts and ends. So you have that there. So next over here on the left hand side, this is what you guys see me use when I do my budget with me at the beginning of every single month. And if you've never seen those, don't worry because the video is coming probably later this week if you're on my YouTube channel right now. If not, go to my YouTube channel and check it out. Check to see how I use this. But I basically just use this when I'm doing my projected budget for the month. So you have the part where you put your fixed expenses, your variable expenses. This part up here utilizes how I personally do my income allocation method. Now, you do have the ability to use this planner even if you don't use my method. You just really won't use this portion up here, really any of this up here, but you can still use the parts down like below these little top parts. So over here you have savings and you just write out all of your savings accounts and sinking funds. I gave you quite a bit of space. You really shouldn't have so many sinking funds. You go way past this. But you have mini emergency fund, true emergency fund, investment fund, and the blank one. And if you guys remember, this is what it looked like in the beginning as well. And then you have space for sinking funds. So what you do is you put the beginning balance at the beginning of that month or the beginning of that month's budget. You guys know I go based on Fridays. So like my December budget, for instance, won't start until the 7th. So I'll be putting my beginning balance up as of December 7th, if that makes sense. And then any pluses or minuses, so maybe you earn some interest on that account, maybe you put money into that account, maybe you subtracted money out because you needed to withdraw for whatever reason, then you put your ending balance either at the end of that month or the end of that budget month, however you see fit. And you do the same thing down here. Then over on this side is where you list out your debts. You can just abbreviate the name of the debt, whatever the beginning balance was at the beginning of that budget month, the minimum payment, the extra payment you made towards that debt, and then the ending balance. And you can put the totals, like you total up all 4 of these columns. And then however much money you put towards your debt this month, you're going to write that in here. That is the total debt slate for that particular month. And we got a ninja kicking it because we kick debt's butt. Okay. So next is the expense tracker. You guys see me use this on a weekly basis. Basically, you're just going to take whatever you put into these boxes on this page, you're going to transfer that information over here. You have a couple of blank lines. Same thing, write out the date of the expense, wherever you spent the money, the amount, the category balance. And some people use the category balance. Not everyone does. If you need to see how I use it, just watch one of my weekly budget with me's or weekly paycheck budgets and you'll see how I do that. And you might have to go back kind of far because now I already have that done when I do these weekly budgets. Any notes you need to take, like maybe what the purchase actually was, I have to do that a lot because otherwise I'll forget, like, why did I spend $80 at Ulta? Oh, well, it's because I bought foundation and this and that. So that's up to you. Then you check off whether it was debit, cash, or credit. You have 2 full pages for that. Next is the weekly allocations page. This is specific to my income allocation method. Again, if you don't use my method, it's fine. You don't really have to use this page for what it's intended to be, but you can actually write out what your income was each week, or you can change this week 1 and put like paycheck 1 if you want. That's totally up to you. And then each and every month has 5 notes pages. So typically y'all see me do my monthly paycheck to paycheck budget on this page. And then we have the 4 weeks there for the weekly paycheck to paycheck budget breakdowns. And then guess what? It starts all over. Same thing for each of the 12 months. So let's go ahead and flip to the back so I can show you all how that ends. And this is the same as my current planner. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. So same 5 notes pages. Then we get back here. So I'll show y'all what it's supposed to look like. So you start off with whatever month you start using your planner in. And of course, I started in January for this budget planner. So I actually am not up to date, y'all. It's December. I got a lot to fill in. But basically, you just put whatever the month is there, and then you just go all the way out 12 months. And then however much money you put into savings, you'll put that into the box. However much money you put towards debt, you'll put that in the box over here. Of course, I'm 100% debt free as of 18 months ago, going on 19 months. So that's why you see zeros going all the way down. And this is a pretty cool thing because a lot of times when we're doing things on a micro level, whether it's on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, doesn't really matter. A lot of times we forget how much progress we're really making. Like sometimes I might only save, let's say, $800 for the month, which sounds like a lot to most people. For me, it's not, as you can see by my numbers, but I can go back and look and say, man, you know what? It's okay that I only saved $500. Look at all the progress I've made so far this year. So that's a pretty cool thing. So then at the end of the 12 months, you're just going to write out the total amount saved, the total debt paid off, and that's that. And then you have more notes pages. Now, what I did was I turned this into like my sinking funds tracker. So basically at the top, I have date, transactions, date, what fund it is, the amount, and then any notes. So like on the 7th, I took out money from my travel fund for $59.01, and it was for a travel voucher for a hotel. So that's how I use this particular page. And then you just have a couple of more notes pages back here. You can use them however you see fit. It's just a couple. And then we're at the end. So yeah, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, feel free to leave them down below, or you can contact me at KeAmber Vaughn. No, you can't, because by the time this video comes out, my new website won't be up. You can contact me at KeAmber@KeAmberVaughn.com if you guys have any questions whatsoever. If you want to order, again, feel free to check the link down in the description box. Please thumbs up this video, subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.